Assalamualaikum and a very good day to my students out there. Okay, today you are going to be with me for English Form 4 with the title Let's Chat, which is the first title in our textbook. So this is the textbook that we're going to use, and I know that everybody has the textbook that is the Full Blast Plus 4. Alright, before we start with our lesson for today, let me introduce myself. I am Teacher ZURAINEE ARIFFIN, aka Teacher Design from SMK KEMUMIN. Okay, let us start with our lesson for today. But don't forget, recite the prayer first. Rabbi Shrahli, Sadri wa Yassirli, Amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidna ilma, warzuqna fahma, wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Okay, let us start. Amin. Let us start with our lesson for today. Let's check Chapter 1, and the theme is Science and Technology. What are the objectives of our lesson for today? Okay, by the end of the lesson, hopefully we are going to fulfill these 4 objectives. The first one is the main skill, that is reading 3.1. That is for you to understand a variety of text by using a range of appropriate reading strategies to construct meaning. And the second one is learning standard for main skill, that is reading 3.1.1. That is for you to understand the main points in extended text, again, on a wide range of familiar topics. Familiar topics means the topics that you know of. You have some background knowledge of the topics. And hopefully, we also will cover the complementary skills, okay, that is speaking 2.1 to communicate information, ideas, opinions and feelings intelligibly on familiar topics, and also speaking 2.1.4, that is to explain and justify your own point of view. Okay, let us begin our lesson. How do we usually communicate with our friends? I ask you the questions. I want you to think. How do you usually communicate with your friends nowadays? Are you using phone or video calls? I know some of you are smiling. Or are you still using this landline telephone? How many of you still have landline telephone at home? That is a question to ponder, right? I myself do not have one. How about you? Or are you using computer or webcam to communicate with your friends? Or maybe you are like me, using letters and postcards. These are the 2 mediums that we, especially the people at my age, use to contact our friends those days. Alright, so which one? Which medium do you normally use to communicate with your friends? I bet your answer is going to be this one, right? Okay, is it this one? Or is it this one? These 2 seems to be the most famous medium of communication for you to communicate with your friends nowadays. Am I right? Okay, now let us look at our lesson for today. Today, what we are going to do is, we are going to go through 4 points of view shared by 4 teenagers about social networking sites. So you can agree or disagree with their opinion. Okay, let us look at the first one. Alicia, 16. How are we going to carry out the lesson? Okay, what I want you to do is, I am going to read through the text slowly, and you can 2 ways. The first one is, you can follow me in your heart. Try to understand the gist of the passage. Or you can follow me out loud. That is, if you want to improve your pronunciation in English. Let us start. This is the first person that is going to share her opinion about social networking sites. Okay, Alicia, age 16. I spend a lot of my free time on social networking sites. They are great for keeping in touch with my mates and finding old friends too. The other day, I found a school friend from primary school, and I was so pleased to hear her news. Social networking sites are also useful for helping people out. I saw on a friend's page that one of his friends needed a driving instructor. My uncle is a driving instructor and he is on the same social networking site. I introduced them and they were both happy. My parents complained that playing online games with friends is a waste of time, but I totally disagree. You see, I am really into trivia games, but also word games and chess, which I find amusing and educational. So, I can't see any drawback there. Okay, that is Alicia's opinion about social networking sites. Let us look at some of the vocabulary used here. The first one, keeping in touch. That means staying in contact. You call your friends, you texted your friends to get the news. So, you are stay in contact with your friends. Okay, mates. It can be your schoolmates. It can be your desk mates. It can be your classmates. Okay, mates means friends. But we rarely use this term, right? We normally use friends. So why not after this you use she is my mate? Alright? And please mean happy. I am pleased. I am happy. Trivia games refer to the games in which the competitors are asked questions about interesting but unimportant facts in many fields and subjects. This one, I guess you are more knowledgeable than I am because you are the ones who play trivia games. As for me, I think I only know how to play bubble shooter. Okay, that is the only game that I know how to play. And how about drawback? Drawback means disadvantage or problem. Okay, after we know the meaning of the vocabulary, some of the words and the phrases from Alicia's point of view, now we need to get the gist of the passage. Okay, this is Alicia's view of social networking site. Okay, look at the first one. She highlighted the benefits. Remember, the benefits mean the advantages, the good or the positive sides about social networking site. The first one, to keep in touch with friends. Alright? She mentioned that. And then, to find old friends. Okay, tick that. And then the third point that she mentioned is to help other people. Where is the evidence? When her friends want to have the, okay, remember, driving instructor. And she introduced the driving instructor who happens to be her uncle. And then also for entertainment, that is for her to play games. Okay, that is the first person's point of view about social networking site. Let us look at the second passage. Adrian, age 16. Alright, I don't think social networking sites are for me. I really don't like having too much information about myself out there on the web. I mean, anyone could find my email and start sending me spam or viruses. There's also cyberbullying, which can be very nasty. A friend of mine had to stop using a social networking site last month because someone was constantly saying horrible things about her. Also, someone could pretend to be you and commit crimes. Imagine that. Okay, that is Adrian's point of view about social networking sites. Okay, now let us look at the vocabulary or the words and the phrases that you can use later on in your essay. First one is nasty. Nasty means unpleasant. A friend of mine instead of saying my friend. Okay, constantly. The meaning of constantly is always or continuously over a period of time. The fourth one is horrible. Horrible means extremely bad or unpleasant. What is the gist of the passage? What is Adrian trying to share with us? Adrian's view of social networking sites highlighted the drawback. Do you still remember what is the meaning of drawback? Can you recall? I have already mentioned this when we were talking about the first passage just now. Remember, drawback means problems or disadvantage. Okay, the first disadvantage or drawback covered by Adrian is sending viruses to a person email. Okay, that is very true. Or it will lead to cyberbullying. And it also can cause identity theft. Teacher, what is the meaning of theft? Normally, I will write thief. Yes, thief is a noun, a person who steals something from somebody. Okay, theft is also noun. But then, theft is, what do we call? It becomes a noun that is something that have been done. Okay, identity theft. You steal somebody's identity to make it on your own. Okay, so those are the vocabulary and the gist of the passage from Adrian, age 16. Now we go to the third person, that is Ryan, age 15. I am not a big social networking site user, to be honest. I can't understand why people have to update their status all the time. Oh my God! I was asking myself, does Ryan talk about me? Oh no, because I can't understand why people have to update their status all the time. I think I am one of them who always update my status all the time. I need to do something about this. Okay, let us continue reading. I don't want to know what someone is buying at the supermarket or how long they have been waiting in traffic. What do I care? But I find it useful for events. We are putting on a school play at the end of the year, and using a social networking site makes it a lot easier. We are organizing the tickets these days. It really helps. We have got our own page to advertise the school play, and when it's over, we will upload photos and videos of the highlights. The gist of the passage. And you are going to ask me, teacher, where is the vocabulary enrichment here? I guess no new words here. All the words you have known already, unless you have underlined or highlighted some of the words. It is your duty. Be a self-independent student. Okay, you need to check in your dictionary. I am not your working dictionary, of course. Oh, not working. I am not your walking dictionary. So you need to be very independent, girls and boys. Okay, the gist of the passage. Ryan's view of social networking sites are mixed feelings. First, he highlighted about the drawback of the social networking site. There is no need to update one status all the time, and I will put this a big tick. Why? Because I want to remind myself, oh, somebody out there like Ryan does not like to read all the update of one status all the time. So I need to limit myself. That is a good self-reminder. Okay, the benefit, according to Ryan, is to promote or to inform others about the events or any event that you have carried out at school or maybe at your workplace. Okay. The fourth one, this is our last passage. Emma, age 14. I am a member of a social networking site, but I'm thinking about deactivating it. Okay, boys and girls, this is a big word. That is why I underline the word and highlight the word. What is the meaning? Hold on, we are going to read the text first. For one thing, it's taking up too much of my time. I play virtual games, chat with loads of people, and I have hundreds of friends. The more time I spend on social networking sites, the less time I have for my real life. I think the final straw is my mom. She is a member of the same social networking site as me, and I made the mistake of making her one of my friends. She hasn't lost touch with her old schoolmates, and she really enjoys being online. But now, she tends to follow my every move. It is so embarrassing. I can't do anything without her knowing. Oh my dear, Emma really reminds me of myself again, because I also befriend my daughter and I follow her every move on her Instagram and Twitter. I need to do something so that my daughter will not express her feeling just like what Emma does. Be careful, Zurainee, be careful. Okay, now, let us look at the vocabulary enrichment here. Deactivate, as I mentioned just now, it is a big word. Okay, this is one of the bombastic words that you need to know. Deactivate, it comes from the word activate. Activate, to make something active. So when we put deactivate, that is to make something inactive. Okay, the opposite of activate. Lots means lots or many of friends. Okay, or many. Final straw, I bring the straw here. Okay, the final straw. Okay, are we referring to this straw for you to drink? No, this is not the final straw as mentioned in the passage. Okay, the final straw here is the last in a series of bad things that happen to make somebody angry or upset. Embarrassing, that is the fourth vocabulary, causing a feeling of ashamed. Okay, what is the gist of the passage? What does Emma try to share with us? Okay, Emma's views of social networking site. First, she highlighted the benefits. First one, the virtual games. Play virtual games. Yes, everybody is enjoying this. Okay, second, chat with many people. Tick, that is the benefit. Third, have many friends. Tick. Okay, but still, Emma said, social networking sites have drawbacks. Okay, have the disadvantage. Okay, less time spent for real life. And second one, not having enough privacy. Okay, so next one, what we're going to look at is for you to test your vocabulary. Okay, this is for all the vocabulary that we have listed from passage 1 until passage 4. Okay, you can scan the QR code there, or you can type in the address there, the web address there, so that you can answer the vocabulary test. Okay, this one I will not show you here because this is your responsibility to try out the practice, and then after you get your score or points, share that with your class or your subject teacher so that your score can be recorded. Okay, I give you a few seconds so that you can scan the QR code or type in the web address so that you can do the practice for vocabulary test. Remember, you are responsible for your own study, for your own learning. So make full use of the time and opportunity that you have so that your vocabulary will increase from time to time. Done? Alright. Okay, now we go to the next one. Okay. Next one, you have done great. That is what I want to tell you. You have done great. Now, try to recall what each teenager said about social networking sites. Jot them down in your notebook. Okay, if you don't have your notebook, because some of you or some of the school, they are using foolscap paper, and then later on the foolscap paper will be inserted in your file. Okay, it is up to your school or your teacher. Alright, I want you to draw this. What is their opinion about social networking sites? Alicia, Ryan, Emma, Adrian. So you have this. Okay, you can print this out, or you can draw Alicia, draw Ryan, draw Emma, draw Adrian. Because I know some of you, you are a good artist. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to jot down positive or negative, positive or negative, positive or negative, positive and or negative. So what you're going supposed to do? What you are supposed to do with this? Okay, you are supposed to list down. Okay, what are the positive side about social network as shared by Alicia? Okay, and Ryan and Emma and finally Adrian. So this is your work for you to do. Alright, the next one, after you have finished that one, again I want you to scan the QR code here. Again, teacher? Yes, again. The first QR code is for your vocabulary test. And this one is to test your understanding of what the gist of the passage. Who says what? Okay, scan the QR code or type in the address in your smartphone and then get the question. Again, after you get the score, share your score with your class teacher or your subject teacher so that they can fill in the form for your PBD. Okay, why not? Okay, that's it. Students, we have come to the end of our lesson. We are in the era of technology. Okay, and you are the generation that is very good expert in technology. But remember, girls and boys, technology is a useful servant, but technology can also be a dangerous master. Okay, you take care of yourself. Remember, this is only our first lesson for Let's Chat. Hopefully, I'm going to see you again in our next lesson. By that, take care. Jaga SOP. Ingat, kita belum menang. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.